Díomh Mugros. Hello my loves. Today's video is about savings trackers and savings challenges and all things savings and tracking. So if you've seen some of my previous YouTube videos, you'll know that I track kind of my three main goals in my bullet journal. So saving up a lump sum to pay off our mortgage, so 5,000 between me and my boyfriend. This pyramid represents Australia savings to go visit my sister in Australia. And this kind of half pyramid is tracking my loan repayments on my car loan. And then we also have, I've just started my 100 envelope challenge, which is very exciting, and I stuffed €50 in it last week, and I'm going to be creating a new one based on my goals. So if you saw my video from last week, well, I'll say previous video because I don't know when I'm going to upload this. My previous video, I was having a mild breakdown over whether I should invest or not, because I still have around €5,000 worth of debt. And yeah, I did some research, but I did research planning to invest next year, and I got hooked, and I felt it was my bonus month, and I had options for the first time in a long time. So I had extra money to play with. And I think I just panicked. And I had a kind of almost like a sad realization that from an emotional or like a financial personality perspective, I believe that my comfort zone when it comes to money is like survival mode. So when things are tight, I remain calm. I'm like, okay, we can cut XYZ, we can reduce this, we can get more out of that. And that's a comfort zone for me. And then I'm completely floundering and panicking when I'm in the very privileged position to have disposable income, significant in terms of my bonus. And I don't have the financial literacy yet to back that up. So yeah, just a bit of psychology, I suppose, or realization. So that's something I'm determined to overcome, this comfort in survival and panic when it comes to financial thriving, and I'm over it. That is so last year, started this year right now, but no, it's something I'm determined to change from a mindset perspective. And I was speaking with some lovely creators. So I spoke with Ellie from Planning and Finances, and she was so kind. And I did lots of research on the Irish specifics of investing. So a lot of my financial girlos and friends on here are based in the UK or the US. Now, I knew that we were going to have a completely different system to the US because the tax systems are so different, but I was hoping there might be some similarities between my UK babes and myself, but no. Like from an investing and dividends and profit and capital gains perspective, after doing lots of research, I don't think it makes sense for me to change from my original plan. So I went down a rabbit hole of a really good Irish financial YouTuber. I can't remember his full name off the top of my head. It's like Malone something. Is it Dan Malone? I'll link him here anyway underneath. So if you're Irish and you're, looking at specific Irish scenarios, he's amazing. He breaks down all different types of investing. He breaks down all different types of stocks. He tracks global, macroeconomic stuff and global economic stuff and how it can potentially impact Ireland. He's really good. And and he speaks very positively about the Irish pension system. So I think what makes the most financial sense for me right now is, rather than siphoning off money to start investing, I am going to use the money I was considering to use for the investment training course, plus doing some test investments, and put it into my pension sinking fund for my lump sum. Realistically, my pension is an investment, it's being invested for me, and it's very tax advantageous. And because this year I have maxed out my pension contributions, this lump sum that I'm going to pay towards last year is my last opportunity to get a tax refund for my pension payments. So what I'm going to do is focus and go really, really hard on building up my pension sinking fund as much as possible before the cut-off point for the lump sum payment at the end of October, start of November, and then use the tax refund to clear my car loan, and if there's anything left, invest it. So, apologies for my lovely followers who have been tracking this backwards and forwards and twirly-whirly bits. You must be dizzy with my changing of opinions, but I think I was in a bit of a panic last week. I was like, what? Like, I have this money, what's the right thing to do with it? And it was I just learned about investing, and it seemed like a foolish thing not to take advantage of, and etc. And I got distracted from my original goals. But Ellie from Planning and Finances, you're the best. You really calmed me down, so thank you. And I think, is it Malone Financial? I'm really sorry. I should know this because I basically binge watched your videos and your Instagram the past few days. But his content was amazing as well, and kind of solidified my original thinking at the start of the year about what was the right thing for me to do financially. Further kind of confirmed what Ellie's advice to me. And yeah, it's objective. They're coming at it from a completely objective perspective, and I was just having a really visceral emotional reaction to having a few extra, like a good bit of extra money that I had decisions to make about where it would work for me the most. So for my investing girlos, thank you so much for all the advice and conversations, but it's not the right time for me to do it. Pension needs to be my focus. So today's video is going to be around me updating my savings trackers, and as you may know, I have completed my Australia Savings Sinking Fund, so this will be getting coloured in. But I'm going to create a sinking fund tracker for my pension contribution as well for later in the year. So, without further ado, let's get started. So, I went on the hunt for the same markers that I used originally, but I don't know if I was successful or not. So, amazing news. I paid a big chunk off my car loan using my bonus, so we're currently at 4475. So we're going to do, it was 6,800 at the start of the year. I haven't, been in a massacre, guys. It's ink. I've been bullet journaling. So 6,800 minus 4475 equals, so it's 2,325, and then we're going to divide that by 460 to see how many we can colour in. So 5, and there's 3 here, so we can colour in 2 more. That's amazing. Love it. So we'll go grey. Oh, this is definitely not the right colour. You know what, this is my first bullet journal. It's all about learning. So next bullet journal, I'll make sure to be more organized. I don't think this is the same colour either, is it? No, oh well. It's money off my loan, and that's the main thing. Are you guys pro watching people colour in or against? What's the preference? Do you like slightly longer videos, or do you like them to be short and snappy? Like you talking 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes? Like when you see the length of a video, what makes you go, actually, that's not really for me? Is this right? I think this might actually be right. Amazing. And I didn't even calculate this because we have completed this bad boy. Again, thanks to my bonus. My bonus is really doing a lot of heavy lifting for my financial goals, which is good. Which is the whole point of it, I suppose. I'm colouring outside the lines. Is anyone being triggered by this? I'm very lackadaisical, which I don't think is common in the bullet journal community. They're all very precise and organised. And I'm just like, oh, I like colouring things in. I like red and the colour blue. You know? You feel me? This is definitely not the right colour, but look, it's in the general family. Distant relative of the original colours we started with. So after I finish colouring these in, which is very exciting, despite my tone of voice. I'm very monotone today. I'm actually kind of wrecked. It is Bank Holiday Monday, and I think it was quite warm, so I got up early and did a few jobs, and then me and my boyfriend went into town, and it was real kind of warm and humid, and then I went into Penny's, or Primark as it's also known as, and it was crazy. I think that just drained me. That just took the last out of me. And now I'm just being lazy. So I'm looking forward to... So this week we're actually quite busy. Got a friend coming over. She's from the States, but she's in Germany for work, and she's going to pop over and spend a few days with me and our other friend. And that's Thursday. And then my parents are coming up because we're doing Darkness into Light. It's a really lovely walk that we do in Ireland. It's for Pieta House, which is a suicide prevention and a suicide awareness charity. And you basically, it's normally from around 5 AM to 6 AM, you know, Saturday night, Sunday morning. You go out in the dark and you walk for that hour while the sun rises. It's very symbolic of, you know, a new day, a fresh day. No matter how dark it is, you know, the light will come back. And, you know, there's that Florence and the Machine song where the lyric says, it's always darkest before the dawn. So there's a lot of symbolism there. It's a really lovely thing to do. So we're doing that. So from a meal planning perspective, we went to town today. We went into Marks and Spencer's and raided the yellow stickers. So we got one of those, you know, like Chinese favourites or Indian favourites where you get a big box and you get like multiple meals in the box. So that's what we've done. We've tried to make life easier for ourselves so we don't order takeout. And yeah, we've got some Marks and Sparks tortellini as well, spinach and ricotta, that was a yellow sticker buy, and that's also to just, you know, when you come home, just throw the food on and it's quick and easy and we're not faffing around, because we have such a busy week, and Mark, my boyfriend, is travelling to the UK as well to see family and kind of be around with the coronation and stuff. So yeah, we're just both very busy, and I feel like if we didn't get easy, handy dinners, we'd end up getting takeaway. And takeaway is expensive. By the time you like get the minimum order and pay, you know, the delivery and everything else, like you're looking at a minimum of €40, which is more or less a week's food shop, you know what I mean? So generally we don't buy that much kind of convenience food, but this week was the week, and we did raid the M&S yellow sticker. I love a yellow sticker haul. So what am I doing right now? Basically this is my new tracker, my new savings tracker. It is to track my lump sum voluntary contribution to my pension for last year. So, as I was saying earlier in the video, I was really racking my brains around whether I should invest or not, and I've decided with, yes, I'm investing, but I'm going to really go hard on my pension. I'm investing in my pension, which for my specific geographical context is the most tax attractive option. And as well, because I have maxed out my pension now, this is my last opportunity to do this. So for last year I didn't max out my pension, and this lump sum payment should do that for me. And then I'll use the refund to pay off my car loan, and if there's any money left over, I will use that to actually start investing. And I feel good about that decision now. So yeah, back to my original thinking when I was planning out my financial goals for the start of the year, which is kind of comforting as well. But yeah, I was really panicked. So I don't know why I went with the hive theme. It just, anytime I thought about the pension, I kind of was just thinking of like little worker bees, you know, doing their thing, stocking up, and working slowly but surely towards their goals. So yeah, so I just went with it. I kept just imagining a kind of a hive and a bee, so that's what I'm doing. Now, again, back to my aforementioned lackadaisicalness. These, realistically, I should have measured these so that they're all the same, but I didn't. They're hand drawn because I just didn't have it in me. But yeah, I'm being nice to myself when it comes to my bullet journal. Like, I'm just drawing for the sake of drawing, which is nice. and not getting too caught up on perfection. So do you guys have a pension? What are your big savings goals this year? Yeah, tell me. I'm interested. And also, if you do have savings goals and you're happy to share them, will you let me know where you're based? Because I do think it's interesting to see different kind of financial approaches depending on location, you know. Because I know my UK lovelies, they have loads of really cool and quite like beneficial tax bits and bobs with things like your Lisa, and they have, like, in the US they have lots of high yield savings accounts. We don't really have anything like that here in Ireland, and I will do a little bit more research once I've got my pension done. So realistically, I'm not going to get more than my initial goals done this year because they're all quite big goals. Like, I'm trying to clear my debt. I'm trying to do a big payment on my pension. I am... What else am I doing? Oh yeah, like Australia was a massive amount of money as well. And we're doing the lump sum for the mortgage. So realistically, I'm not going to get much more done. I don't think so. And I'd be burnt out anyway. I feel kind of a little bit burnt out already. But next year, like once I've got all of these done, I really want to work on building up like a proper emergency fund. I have the €1,000 one as per the whole kind of Dave Ramsey kind of thought process around getting out of debt. But I'd really like to maybe have 6 months living expenses, so that'll probably be one of my big goals for next year. And I also want to do some research for high yield savings and things like that, because like I think like sorry, I've just lost my train of thought. So there she is, folks. Shin A, that's it. So there's 57 little honeycomb things. So let's see. The max I can pay off my pension for last year, divided by 57. So we'll say €204. So each of these hives is €204. So let me write that. And how I'm funding this currently is excuse me, if you follow me on Instagram, you may know that I do a thing called Snowflake Saturdays. So I round down my current account to the nearest 5 or 0, like the last number, and I pop that into my pension sinking fund. I also have €23 a month going in there as a kind of a, what is it, like a standing order. There's no reason for the 23 except the fact that it's 2023. You know. I also am doing the 100 envelope challenge, which will go to fund this as well. And how I fund my 100 envelope challenge is through my movement tracker. So any rollover from my personal spending will be going into my pension sinking fund. Any savings challenges I'm doing will go towards my sinking fund for my pension. My Snowflake Saturday payments, sinking fund. And yeah, I think that's it. Yes, that's it. So yeah, that's the plan. I actually have quite a decent amount in there now. I'll be back in a minute. I just need to check how much is in my sinking fund. So right now I have €1,191 in my pension sinking fund. Now that is much bigger than it was the last time I did a check-in with you guys, because the €997 that I was allocating from my bonus to do investment training, I've put it into the sinking fund instead. So, yeah, that's why it's this big. So what has funded this so far is those weekly Saturday Snowflake payments, that monthly €23, and that €997 that I was going to allocate to training. So now let's see, we said they're 204, so divided by 204 equals, oh yay, 5. So we can colour in 5, almost 6. So let's do it. One. It's actually quite therapeutic to colour it in with this angled. Four and then 5. Now, not a bad start. So, introducing you guys to my new pension sinking fund tracker. I quite like it. Let me know what you think. Do I think it would have been potentially more impactful if I'd done it properly, i.e. measured these out? Yes, definitely. But I don't want to make this a chore for me either. Like, I enjoy the freeform, lackadaisical approach, you know. But yeah, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this. Lots of colouring in, lots of savings and sinking fund updates. So yeah, take care of yourselves and let me know what your savings goals are below. I'm really interested to see what all of our priorities are, you know, when it comes to money. Like, it's very, very hard to earn it, but it's so easy to spend it. So what's motivating you? Have a great week, guys, and speak again soon. Slán!